Hi guys, welcome to the second episode of the podcast. Yay, we made it to episode number 3. Thank you so much for tuning in and for being here. I really appreciate each one of you for watching me, and this is only the beginning, baby. We're only starting. This is only the start. We haven't done anything yet, and honestly, in the previous episodes, I don't feel that I touched enough on what the purpose of this podcast is, and I wanted to speak about that in this episode and yap with you guys. This episode, I actually don't have any notes or any structure or a script or anything like that, so I'm just gonna speak organically because I want this episode to be organic, and I want to see how that goes because I feel like I prefer to do organic content. That's all I'm used to, like on TikTok, when I started on YouTube a long time ago and I stopped. I just literally put my camera and I just start yapping and talking. I don't have any notes or anything. I did that for the past episode so I could touch on certain things that I wanted to speak on so I don't forget. But there are certain stuff that I just want to speak about that I have in mind. So here we go. I love the sexy business outfits. So let me show you guys my outfit really quick. So I thrifted this really nice jeans. They're not jeans, they're these pants that are so cute. And then I got this blazer from Marshall's, I believe, like a year ago or so. And then this, I don't recall where I got this bodysuit from. I think Arizona, the brand Arizona, but I could be wrong though. I'm not completely sure. It's been a long time. It's been like 2 summers probably since I got this. And if you guys know where I live, where I'm from is California. So it's pretty hot already right now. Like our summer has already started like weeks ago. Actually, probably like last month, it was already sunny and hot. So that's why it's tricky choosing what to wear living out here in California because in the morning it'll be really cold, so you wear a jacket and things, and then halfway throughout the day, once it hits noon, it's already 70, late 70s, 80 degrees, and it gets hot. So you always have to have something under that you could take off your jacket at the end of the day because we be getting sweaty. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff that I've been seeing on social media and I wanted to speak on. And one thing that caught my attention is that a lot of people want to be influencers. A lot of people want to pursue social media and do social media, and they just don't start. And I want to give advice to those people because I started social media in 2019 when COVID had just hit. And I got on TikTok because I was bored, but I ended up really loving content creation, and I stuck to it. I was doing it for fun, and I still am doing it for fun. But now my mindset is that I want to make a business out of it. Obviously, this podcast and my TikTok and my Instagram, I do want to turn it into my business. So yeah, what I want to do is I want to be the voice for the young people that want to start social media but don't know how to start, or they just haven't started yet. So honestly, back in 2019, I was one of you guys where I've always wanted to be on social media. When I was a kid, I would go on my mom's phone and I would go on Facebook and post a video or a picture of myself, take selfies. I've always been how do you say, I've always liked transparency, and I wanted to put myself out there, and I always wanted to share things, even personal business. I put it on the internet because not so deep, but you guys get me, some business, personal business is personal business, but there are people that are transparent, and that's just comes naturally to them. It's in them, since they were born. And I was one of those people. even when I was in elementary school back in my country, when I was like, in third grade, whenever they had like assembly at the school or like a competition or something, and then they'd be like, does anyone want to go on the stage and like sing a song or do something creative? And I would always be raising my hand, and I would be literally going up on stage and like making a song and like singing in the front of the whole school, like 700 students, like all grades and stuff. And I wasn't even shy. Like I was literally on the mic, like singing. Like I felt like it's so funny, like as a little kid looking back at it, like I felt like I was this like famous singer or something. Like not famous, but like I felt like I was something in that moment. So like that's how I always known that this is for me. Like being on social media and doing social media is for me. And I believe that everyone that feels the same, that felt like me at some point, or like you still do, I believe that you should give it a try, and it might be in you, and it might be something that's going to turn out in your favor. That's going to turn out really good for you. That's going to be a hobby, and you could make it a business as well. You could start as a hobby, but then that turns into business, and then now your business is also your fun. Like who wouldn't want that? So yeah, what I would say is start as a hobby. Don't think of it as like, oh, I'm doing this to make money, because ultimately, like, yes, you are gonna make money once it becomes a business and once you get popping and stuff like that. Or even if you just don't get popping, if you just build like a small audience. Like there's micro influencers and people that are small, and they get really good opportunities, and they're always getting sponsorships and things like that. So I think that just go for it. A lot of people, like, they say, I want to do it, I like doing it, I want to be on social media, I want to be an influencer, but what they're not doing is taking the number one step, which is starting. It's just like with anything in life, there's baby steps to anything that you start or want to pursue or do. You have to start small, and then you progress. So what I would say is that start it as a hobby. Like just do it for fun, but you could also like focus on your content. Like make sure your content is good. Like put effort, but also do it as a hobby. And you'll end up having so much fun with it that is gonna be your little like outlet to like rewind, and then that turns into a business. That's like really great. So what I would say is honestly just go for it and start. A lot of young people are just not starting and not putting themselves on social media, and they have it in them. And the reason why they don't put themselves on social media and start is because they're so worried about others' opinions, especially people that are their age or people that are their friends or their families, relatives, all of those things. Like, honestly, my biggest advice to that is you need to stop giving a damn about what people have to say about you or what other people's opinions are. Because think about it like this. Like, who funds your life? Who pays your bills? Who takes care of you? Who does everything for you? It's you, I'm pretty sure. Nobody else does it for you. So therefore, why do you care about other people's opinions? Like, are they taking care of you? Are they paying your bills? Are they funding your life? No. So why their say-so has such an effect on you? Like, don't take offense to other people's opinions on your content. Because think about it like this. They're not making any content. Go on their page. Is their content there? No. And even if it's there, is it better than yours? No. Because let me tell you, if someone is already up there and successful and they're making content, focusing on their own selves and stuff, they are not going to make fun of your content or give bad opinions or anything about your content, because they're doing the same thing. So they're going to support you. You know, people at the top support the people at the top. They're not bringing them down, looking down at them. So whenever somebody is like looking down on you being an influencer or a content creator or a YouTuber, whatever you want to call it, a podcaster, you need to literally think of it like this. Like, this person is not doing the same thing. Like, this person doesn't have the balls. Like, they are so shy and so insecure to put themselves out there. So why does it matter? Why does their opinion matter? Like, they couldn't even do it themselves. If they couldn't do it themselves, their opinion should not matter, because that just tells you you're special and you're different than these people, because you're the one who took action, and you're the one who is willing to put themselves out there and be confident with who they are, with who you are. People that can't do the same should not affect you at all. And like, you should not take offense when those people speak to you or give opinions about your content or you. They can make fun all they want, but at the end of the day, that's not doing anything for them. They're still in the same spot that they are while you're progressing and you're getting all these connections, you're doing all these things, you're actually working on yourself and building a name and a brand for yourself. So why does their opinion even matter? You tell me. It does not matter. So that's my biggest advice on that, is just go for it and start. Like, honestly, guys, before I actually had this podcast idea all planned out, and I was actually gonna do it with someone, and I kept, we kept planning it and things like that, but things didn't work out, and we didn't end up doing it for like other reasons. It wasn't even any bad reasons, but in the end, it worked out for the best, and it makes sense why God didn't want it to happen back then, because God was waiting to put me in the right place, the right timing, and it ended up working out in my favor, and I ended up doing a solo podcast that you guys are watching right now. And I did that all on my own. I did not, just because things didn't work out with that person and we didn't end up doing it, I still wanted to proceed with the idea. I still wanted to do it because that was always my passion. That was always something that I knew I wanted to do, and I knew that I would be good at. So I was like, I have to go for it. And long story short, me and that person ended up actually falling out, and the reason why we didn't do the podcast wasn't because we fell out, but later on we fell out before we even got to do the podcast. So that just tells you, like, God has always, like, honestly protecting me and being on my side, because, like, God always wants things to work out in your favor, because he knows what you're passionate about. He knows what's deep down in you and what you're capable of. So God really, like, put me at the right place at the right time, and everything happened organically. I just love that God did this for me. I just love that I didn't rush into it and do the podcast back then, because I'm pretty sure it would have been completely different. Like, now I'm at the comfort of my living room, literally my own home. Nobody is here. It's just like, it's more freeing. Like, you feel like good about yourself that you're doing something all on your own. It just literally boosts your confidence. And honestly, feeling good about yourself is like the greatest feeling that I wish that everyone could experience and feel. Because once you feel good about yourself, you're going to keep going and going and going and going and raising the bar and raising the bar. And that's what I love about, like, hard working independently. Like, I'm very independent, so I've always been independent, even though I have a husband, and I thank God for him, because he makes my life a lot easier and helps me be less independent. Because when I first met him, I was like this Miss Independent. I would do everything on my own, things like that. But now, like, I'm learning to, like, ease into life, and just now that we're married, like, I'm letting him. Even before we were married, when we were engaged and we were just dating, like, I've always, like, once he came into my life, basically, I was telling myself, like, I need to, like, ease myself and just let him, like, do his thing and be the man, because I can't always be that. Because before meeting him and stuff, I always felt like I had to be both, like, the mom and the dad, the man and the woman for my child, my little family. Like, even before my husband coming into my life and before us dating, I always would call it my little family, me and my son. So yeah, that's what I would say, is that honestly, go ahead and follow your dreams. Like, go for it, literally. Like, honestly, what you guys need to realize, especially like if you're young and you still have a lot of time, and honestly, we take that for granted sometimes. We're like, oh, we're so young. Like, I'm 21 years old, so I'm always like, oh, I'm young, I still have a lot of time. What we don't realize is that even if we're young, time is ticking. There is a clock that we don't see. Like, there is a clock, obviously, that we have and we see at home or whatever, but I'm just saying, time is ticking. Like, honestly, having a 4-year-old and me getting pregnant at a young age at 17 and now I'm 21, honestly, that just made me realize how fast time moves by, because it literally feels like it was yesterday that I found out I was pregnant, or like it was yesterday that I had my son. I was at the hospital. Like, how is it in 4 months my son is about to be 5 years old, halfway to 10? That sounds insanity. That sounds like if you would have told me that 6 years ago before I had him and I was literally in high school and I was 16 years old, I would be like, what? No, there's no way that that's going to be my life. Like, there's no way. But look, it is my life now. And that's just how life works. It's like very, like, a lot of events are very unexpected, but they work out for the best and they work out in our favor. So we should always thank God, honestly. Like, even if things don't go your way, you might not understand in the moment why it didn't, but I'm telling you guys, like, 5 years down the line, even not even 5 years, like in my case it was less than 5 years, it, like, a light went off and I was like, wait, like, it's so crazy how life works. Time goes by quick. Time is ticking. So it's like the best thing we can do as young people is take advantage of the time and honestly use our time on good things constantly. Like, if you're putting your time into something that's not going to benefit you within the next 5 years, like if you're putting your time into something that you're not even going to remember in 5 years, or that's not going to benefit you in 5 years, I think that you should stop putting your energy into that. I think you should put your time into building your body, making money, finding a hobby, doing a side hustle, volunteering, doing something that's good for you and others. Like, everyone wants to change the world, but people fail to realize that little things matter, and that's how you make a difference, is by doing little things, baby steps at a time. Like, doing the smallest thing for someone could really have a big effect and impact on their life. So honestly, as young people, we need to realize that, yeah, we have time, but we also don't. Life is not guaranteed. Unexpected things happen. So might as well use your free time that you have right now to honestly do good things and put it into good things. Because one day, or 5 years from now, or 3 years, you're going to literally thank yourself and you're going to be so proud of yourself and you're going to be so glad and so happy that you started then and not now. My advice to people that feel that they want to start on something to better their lives, but they just can't, like, get to start. Like, they feel that they have to wait for something to start, or they feel like their life has to be better for them to start, or like they feel that they have to be in a better house to start, or a better situation, a better relationship, whatever it is. Honestly, I was in that situation with, like, for example, starting the podcast. I waited. I had the idea since 2021 and I didn't start on the idea for so long, like for years. And honestly, another thing that I could relate to you guys on is that even with my college, I didn't go to college as soon as I graduated high school because I was gonna go to the army. Actually, I was very interested in it, but I had a lot of personal like life stuff happened and I ended up not going to the army. So I took a whole year like gap between graduating high school and just going to college. I didn't go to college. I was for a year just at home. But then a year later, I started going to a private dental school and like in my hometown. And that I didn't end up liking either. I hated it so much. And when I was going to graduate, they were going to pay me very little compared to the work that I was going to do. So I was like, no, that is not for me. I see bigger, better potential for me. So that's when I put college on pause again, the dental school. And even though it was private and it was a whole thing, I took out a loan and I had to pay that back. It was a whole headache. So like, I don't recommend for you guys to go to a private school unless you're like 100% sure that that's what you want to do, like for a long time. But if you don't, like me, like in the moment, I only went because I had a friend that was going to the college and they were introducing me to it and telling me to go with them so we could be going to the same college and stuff. But I highly don't recommend that. If you're young and you're still in high school or about to graduate, or you're thinking of going to college, don't ever make your decision to what college you're going to go to or what major you're going to do because you have friends in that field or in that college. That's the biggest mistake you can do, because you're going to waste your time, energy, and money. I did that, trust me, and I wasted thousands of dollars. And if I could go back in time, that's the one thing that I would not do, is go to that private dental school, because it wasn't even my passion. I just wanted to do it to make money. And honestly, it doesn't make money after you graduate, like unless you become a hygienist. And even then, like there's other jobs that pay more than a hygienist and they do the most work. Like I'm not doing that. I'm not into it. I'm not into medical school at all. So yeah, honestly. And then after that, after the dental school, I put my college on pause and I really thought about what I want to do. And that's when I started going to school back again. And now I'm going to a community college to get the end goal is to go to law school, but I want to get my AA, my bachelor's, and my master's. So all that is to say that honestly, like just go for it and start. All you need to do is start, because like I said, time is ticking. So you're going to thank yourself if you started now versus like 5 years go by and you are still in the same place trying to figure out what you're going to do. So I would say just start and really think about what you want to do. Don't do it because of any other influence. Do it for you because you actually want to do it, because it's your passion. And that's what you're going to be okay with doing for a good period amount of your life. So, but I'm going to end the episode on this note. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was all over the place. It was more like a yap sesh, but it also has really good, helpful information. And honestly, doing this podcast, my purpose, once again, like I want, when people watch this podcast, I want them to leave the episode like informative, like they either learned something, they got entertained. Like I want people to learn something from this. I don't want it to be just like giggles and yap. Like I want to do that too. So that's why like my episode is all over the place, because I want to make it fun, but then I also want to throw information in there and I want it to be informative. So yeah, I don't want it to be more like a coaching podcast. I want it to be more like personal, but still informative. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to here, I really appreciate everyone watching, and I always read the comments. So leave me comments down below on how I can improve this podcast, or if you want me to talk about specific things, let me know down below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.